At libero, a 5'8" junior from Honolulu, number 6, Kobe Kanetake. At center, a 6'5" sophomore from Westlake Village, California, number 10, Jennings Franciscovich. And opposite, a 6'5" senior from Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada, number 11, Brooks Ador. At middle blocker, a 6'7" senior from San Jose, California, floor captain, number 13, Taylor Averill. And outside hitter, a 6'4" junior from Belgrade, Serbia, number 16, Sinisha Shiki Sarkovic. And outside hitter, a 6'5" sophomore from Honolulu, number 21, Kupana Faye. And at middle blocker, a 6'9" senior from Honolulu, number 24, Davis Holt. The Hawaii staff video coordinator, Jared Lofi, assistant coach, Milan Zarkovic, associate coach, Jeff Hall, head coach for your Rainbow Warriors, Charlie Wade.
You're watching OC Sports.
The 10th-ranked Hawaii Rainbow Warrior volleyball team looks to ring in the new year with fireworks of its own as it hosts the prestigious Outrigger Resorts Invitational. Hawaii returns All-America and reigning MPSF Player of the Week, middle blocker Taylor Averill, who put down a spectacular 13 kills in the Bows opening match on Saturday. In tonight's feature match, the 14th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes square off against the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Here are the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup scrawling across the bottom of your screen. Serving for Hawaii will be Sador. Hawaii gets the first point.
Notice that Charlie Wade is starting with Brooks Sador as the first server. No accident there. He had the second most number of aces last year, and he can bring the heat.
Sador aiming. Second serve. Tumbles off the net. The ball comes over, and getting the kill is Scherzen. Nicholas Scherzen comes in with 37 kills on the season and 5 aces. Gets his first kill there. We're tied at 1. You can see the power.
Scherzen off the French junior national team. This guy's only 17 years old. I'm not sure he's shaving yet. Take a look, Jim.
His whole family is involved in the what they say the railroad getting up to the top for the French national team. His father plays in Poland.
Yep.
Professional in Poland.
His sister played for Ohio State.
That ball hammered down by Neary. Dustin Neary. But it goes out, and it's 3-1 Hawaii.
Neary's been their go-to guy in the middle.
We may have our first challenge. We may have our first challenge. Here we go.
2 challenges per coach.
Per set.
Per set.
And so they're going to take a look and see whether this ball was in or out. Here's the first angle. The ball is hit by Neary. We don't really see it. Another angle here.
Maybe the next angle will show it. Looks out to me.
Yeah, it looks out, yes. Looks out. So I think the call will stand.
You know, with all due respect, Pete Hansen's a very good friend of mine, the coach for Ohio State. With all due respect, I think I would save my challenges for later in the set. Your thoughts, Jim?
Yeah, he wants to put the pressure on the officials right away. Take another look here. And even the fans here are saying, hey, that ball was out. So now he's down to only one challenge left in this set. And we're still not playing. 3-1, Hawaii leading over Ohio State. Now they're saying what? It was in or was it out?
They're saying it was in. So Pete Hansen now still has 2 challenges left because he won the challenge.
So it's 3-2. I don't know how he won that challenge.
Didn't look like overwhelming evidence to me.
No. We continue. Serving is Johnson. Dug up by Kanitaki and then put over by Franciscovic, who is the new setter.
Jennings did a lot of work last year playing behind Joby Ramos. Got his fair share of time late in games in a double substitute situation, but this year, first time running the whole show.
Here's Taylor Averill. His serve is received, and that ball hit over by Scherzer again. Scherzer received it, got the pass, and got the point. We are tied at 3.
Hard to believe that Scherzer is only 17. I just can't imagine. Most kids, they graduate from high school, they're at least 18 years old. They're going on 19 their freshman year.
Miles Johnson serving. Franciscovic, the ball is hit over by Zarkovic. The ball comes back. Off Franciscovic, there's Zarkovic, and he's blocked. Good muscle at the net that time. And that time it was Sean Herron. So it's 4-3 in favor of Ohio State. They're from the Midwestern Intercollegiate Volleyball Association. Won the national championship in 2011. The ball is dug up by Fay. Hit over by Zarkovic. Zarkovic wants a touch. He's not going to get it. The ball is called out. And it's 5-3 Ohio State. So Hawaii up against, the thing that really impresses me is the size of the players. It's amazing how big they are. Johnson serves again. This one is decidedly long. Nobody's going to object to that.
Look at the size of Ohio State. 6'5", 6'7", 6'3", 6'4", 6'9", 6'6", 6'6".
It's amazing how big human beings can become and play volleyball. Francisco that serves, that ball comes back, and it's ripped off of Kanatake.
Colby Kanatake, former Moanalua All-Stater, All-Leaguer, took that one right in the face.
Michael Henchy now will serve for Ohio State. Serves it long. Henchy with 45 kills on the season already and 5 aces.
The coaches will all tell you that it's a game of serving and passing when they ask about what the keys to the game are. First match, Irvine had 26 service errors and 1 in 5.
Then they won in 5, you're right. Serving is Zarkovic. In the air by Blanc. The ball is kicked that time by Scherzer to keep it alive. Kanitaki, Franciscovic, and that ball is hit down by Isidore.
In volleyball now, you can use your feet to keep the ball alive, and there you see Scherzer using his foot, soccer style, to keep it alive. And then Sador finishes with a powerful shot down the line.
Zarkovic serves, and he serves it decidedly long. Point for Ohio State. It is 7-6.
And the other new feature we're seeing tonight here in the men's volleyball season is the gun at the end of the arena, right where the server is, right there, right by Sean Heron. Will show how many miles per hour.
Heron serves it long. All of a sudden, the court has grown too small.
Yeah, that was a 57-mile-an-hour serve. Do you want to know how fast the UH players serve? Well, right here, Davis Holt, I think, is going to serve a jump float. Charlie doesn't even want this to register on the gun.
Ball up by Blau. That ball is hit over and down. And that time it was number 6, Michael Henchey.
See Henchey's numbers there, hitting 465 on the year. That's a huge number for an outside attacker.
Blau serving. Kalitake, Franciscovich, and there is Averill. And Averill with his first kill of the night. Averill was superb in the game against Stevens. Averill had something about him. He was more than just a darling. I mean, everything he hit was hit with authority, was hit with accuracy. 13 kills.
No errors.
No errors. Amazing.
What was amazing, the team only had 3 errors all night long against Stevens.
Sador serves. Sador serves it long. Hawaii having trouble keeping it in the court. And we have a score of 9-8 Ohio State. Serving will be Scherzer. The Frenchman serves over, dug up by Zarkovic. Ball is hit over by Sador. Sador went right down the line and hit that one right off the libero. Gabriel Domikis.
Rick Sador, an honorable mention All-American last year and a preseason All-American pick this year.
Serving will be Faye. Faye from a great family of athletes. His grandfather, his mother. Henchey is blocked. Franciscovich is there along with Averill. That's another thing that Averill does. I mean, he rises to the occasion.
Gets to the outside quickly. Puts up a nice tight block with Jennings.
Jennings, Franciscovich. Serving again is Faye, but this time he guides it wide. And we are tied at 10 in the first set between Ohio State and Hawaii. Outrigger Invitational, the 21st edition. We've seen some outstanding moments over the years. Ball is served by Neary. That ball hit over by Sador, and they're not going to get to it. And she can't reach over the officials.
And Brooks Sador somehow found the middle blocker, Neary, in the back row. He's only there for one rotation when he serves, and then in comes the libero, Gabriel Domikis.
Holt comes into the front row for Hawaii along with Franciscus and Zarkovic. Ball is served by Averill. Henchey off the block. That's in. So we're tied at 11.
Because of a bad pass off the net, Hawaii knows where the ball's going. It's going to the front left, so they got 3 blockers over there. Unable to convert, though.
Miles Johnson serving yet another time, and that's an ace. That went off. Faye. 12-11 Ohio State. Johnson to serve again. This, I mean, you can just see the power on the floor on the part of both teams. That ball shows up in a hurry. Johnson serves off the tape. Goes wide. That ball is hit off the block and will get down. So credit Zarkovic.
Well, Hawaii's going to be glad to get out of that rotation. That's where Miles Johnson's our ace leader, and that last serve came in at almost 69 miles per hour. When you get up in the 70s or high 60s, you're bringing the heat.
Franciscovich serving. And that ball hit over by Hetchey. Michael Hetchey from Ventura, California. Went to Ventura High School. 6'7" senior.
This one, he sort of pulls the string there, does not hit it full speed. Little lob shot in the middle of the court. set wasn't right where he wanted it.
Henchey serving it. Ball comes over. Chasing the ball down, Franciscovich. And Zarkovich hits it into the double block. So credit Aaron. But the ball goes out. And Hawaii will get the point, and we are tied at 13. They get rather familiar with each other at the net, that's for sure. Zarkovich. The ball dug up by Henchey. Ball goes to Scherzen. And the ball comes over, and Hawaii is able to tap it. The ball goes down.
Sador and Davis Holt getting up together on this one. Watch this net cam right there. Great shot of the net cam. And Ohio State unable to keep it alive here and almost got it, popped it back over.
Zarkovich to serve. 14 serving 13. Takes something off. Blau. The ball is hit over by Heron. Will be returned. Sador. Excellent shot by Sador, but a diving dig by Domikas. Domikas again with the save. Henchey gets it across. Hawaii with the advantage. Franciscus. Out of the back row comes Zarkovich. That ball comes over, but out. Over the double block by Blau. 16-13. Check that. 15-13. Hawaii. We'll take a break. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match.
Well, for Ohio State, they got to overcome some major injuries. They left 2 All-Americans back in Ohio, Dris Grusis and Andrew Lutz, and that's going to be tough for the Ohio State Buckeyes this year and in this tournament. And for Hawaii, they got to show off their depth. Hawaii is pretty much too deep at every position. Anybody has an off night, and Charlie Wade has got a sub ready to go.
Zarkovich resumes the match. Ball comes over on a big hit there by Johnson. Hawaii responds. Zarkovich behind the 3-meter line. And he ripped that to the Terraflex. It's now 16-13. Hawaii up by 3.
Well, in the broken transition plays like this, Zarkovich is playing back middle and getting a lot more action coming out of the back row.
Zarkovich to serve again. Up by Hetchy. The ball comes over. Zarkovich saves in the back row. Advantage now Ohio State. Ball comes over by Hetchy, and that's off the block and out. Point for the Buckeyes.
Michael Hetchy just hits from every position, in all 6 positions. He is just a force. Leads the team in kills percent with 4%. Leads the team with overall kills, hitting percentage, 2nd in aces.
Peter Edwards has come into the game, and he will serve for Ohio State. Into the net. We hardly knew you, Peter.
Edwards, one of, what did we say, 5 University of Pacific transfers on this roster?
Yeah, because you told me that Pacific dropped the sport. Is that a real, I think now it's under 30 as far as Division I teams.
No, they've added more in the Carolina League. Other teams are growing, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So it's actually, the sport I think is growing right now. You might have 6 leagues in the next couple of years.
Serving for Hawaii is Hartley, just into the game. That ball is an overpass. And right there to chew it up is Fay, Kupono Fay. Timeout, Ohio State. Hawaii leads 18-14, first set. Stay with us. The series record is sponsored by Aspen Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii leads this series 4-1 over Ohio State. The last meeting was last year, January 9th. Almost a year to the day. Hawaii winning. Hartley serves, and that is out. So Hawaii had the biggest lead at 18-14. And they were on a 6-1 run. That now is in the atmosphere. Hanetaki comes in as the libero in the back row, and serving will be Blau. Blau will serve. The ball dug up by Fay, Franciscovich, and then Averill.
I'll tell you what's amazing about that shot, Jim, is that Ohio State is in what's called a commit block. They know Averill's going to get us a committed blocker to him exclusively. And Averill still finds a way to bury the ball and bounce it in the third row.
Good pass by Fay. Good pass by Fay.
Yeah, Kapono Fays knows that he better pass well to keep that spot.
Sador serving. That's up by Henchy. Ball hit by Miles Johnson, and that goes down in front of the double block. Averill and Franciscovich. Serving will be Sherzan. Sherzan, the French phenom. Serves it over. Anitaki, good diving dig that time. That ball is put over by Sador. Advantage, Ohio State. Henchy tries the tough angle, and it backfires on him.
So the good thing about that play for Hawaii was that Brooks Sador didn't try to do too much with the ball. It was not his perfect set, so he just sort of looped the ball into the court on the cross-court angle and put Ohio State in a tough position of trying to convert an awkward play.
Kupono Fay will now serve for Hawaii, 20-16. Hawaii at the plateau. That ball is ruled out. That was close. 20-17. Hawaii leading by 3. Ohio State. Christian Francesi has come into the game, number 2, and he will serve. He's from Oviedo, Florida, and he's one of those transfers from the now defunct University of Pacific team. Zarkovich, Franciscovich, Zarkovich again. Sherzan didn't get it over. Hit it into the net. 21-17, Hawaii up. So into the front row goes Holt, along with Franciscovich and Zarkovich. Serving will be Averill. Averill can really put some steam into it. I mean, that ball will be jetted across. Hit to the side. There's Blau. And the ball is hit to the near side, the block, and that goes off. It will be a point for Ohio State. Take another look here. Miles Johnson gets it off the block.
Davis Holt got a piece of it, redirected it, point Ohio State.
Miles Johnson serving, dug up by Zarkovich. He gets it back from Franciscovich. Hits the ball over, and it will be a violation on Ohio State.
I think Christy Blau, the setter, got into the net there, got a little aggressive at the top of the cable. Remember in men's volleyball, you can touch the bottom of the net, but you can't touch the cable.
That has always mystified me. Hit by Henchy, but there is Holt. Holt was right there to deny Henchy. So timeout has been called by Ohio State. 23 for Hawaii, 18 for the Buckeyes in the first set of this match in the Outrigger Invitational. Well, we've seen many big teams. I mean, big teams. We've seen many teams that can come in here and really hit the ball hard. But it is the intellectual quotient, the volleyball way of playing, the strategy that leads to success. With these teams in this particular tournament, are they close to those adjectives?
I think so. Very definitely. Ohio State's got 3 seniors in their starting lineup. Clearly, whenever you have 3 guys who have been around 4 or 5 years, that anchors that lineup. Unfortunately for Ohio State, they've got some really young guys at the other end. They've got sort of freshmen and 3 sophomores as well. So they've got kind of a mix and match group.
Well, let's take a look at the Jack fact. The Outrigger Invitational appearances. Hawaii, well, they're the host. This is the 21st Invitational, and they're 21st in the tournament. Penn State is 20th. They've been here a long time, year after year. Ohio State, the Buckeyes, 6th, and Irvine, the Anteaters, 1st. Talk about a big team. There's Coach Pavlik of Penn State. He's one of the most successful coaches in the country, but he has one of the most fantastic personalities. I mean, he just reaches out with that personality and say, hey, how you doing? How you doing? He's a good guy.
He was a center when he played at Penn State. He bleeds Nittany Lion, blue and white, I think.
Franciscovich will serve for Hawaii. Took something off. Advantage now, Ohio State. They will go to Henchey. The ball is dug up by Fay. Franciscovich, and the ball is hit over by Zarkovich. Here comes Ohio State. Scherzen has returned. Zador. Zador picked out Scherzen on the back line. That was an out ball, but he hit it so hard, Scherzen couldn't really respond to it.
Well, in that rally, Gabriel Dominguez also made a terrific dig for Ohio State. Here's a bump set by Kanatake that is a work of art. That was a very difficult ball to bump set.
Zarkovich serving again. And a big shot revenge by Scherzen. From right about the 3-meter line. He came flying in there and deposited the ball, 24-19. So this is Aloha ball for the first set. Serving is Matt Coleman, just into the game. Coleman, this is the first time that he has played this year. Coleman getting ready to serve, has to get it in. Does not. And the first set goes to Hawaii, 25-19 over Ohio State. We're just beginning. Stay with us.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Straub and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Hawaii winning the first set, 25-19. Sador was one of the reasons.
Brooks Sador hit 4 kills, no errors in 5 tries, and he gets a big block at the net. Here he's hitting a great shot high over the top of a very big block. Siki Zarkovich, he's got 4 kills as well, hitting high off the hands. There he's coming out of the back row for an attack. Great save by Franciscovich. And there's Zarkovich again using the hands. So Sador and Zarkovich getting the job done with 4 kills apiece for Hawaii.
Let's take a look at the Mid-Pac Petroleum leaderboard. His Outrigger tournament titles, the Bruins of UCLA with 9, the Warriors of Hawaii with 6, Penn State with 2, along with the BYU Cougars, and 1 for Shanghai Orient. Which is probably a redundancy, Shanghai Oriental. We begin the second set. Hawaii leads in this match, 1-0. Miles Johnson will serve for Ohio State. That's out.
Miles Johnson is the guy for Ohio State who gets the most aces. He also, I believe, makes the most errors, as he did just then.
Here's Sador. Sador takes his time. Big toss, gets it over. Excellent ace. The ball was received by Scherzen, but he couldn't guide it.
One thing Sador does well is he has what they call a wide fan. He can serve sideline to sideline if he wants. That time he chose to cut it a little bit cross court.
Hawaii leads 2-0. Sador again. That ball dug up. And that ball knocks over Kanatake, but comes back up to the front and is put away.
How about Colby Kanatake with that dig? And Siki Zarkovich, the first one there to congratulate him and thank him. Siki got the ending, spike to end the rally, but it wouldn't have happened without Colby Kanatake out of Moanalua High School. Knocks him over, pops it up, keeps it on his own side of the net. They run a play.
They run a play, and it's effective. Sador serves again. That ball is dug up and hit over by Johnson. Hawaii scrambling. Hitting the ball over is Averill. That ball now goes off Kanatake. So Kanatake had to try to react to Sean Harron.
I think he might have taken an out ball here. He turns around and asks Taylor Averill, was this an out ball? I thought it was, but it's history. Point Ohio State.
Henchey serving. That's an ace. Got by Fay in the deep corner.
Henchey with his first ace of the night.
Hawaii leads 3-2. Henchey serving again. This one is long. So Hawaii expands the lead because of the long service. 4-2. Serving will be Fay.
Got two.
And that ball, good double block. Scherzen thought he had a lane, but they closed him off. What a great double block that time. Averill was part of it.
So Averill and Franciscovich are turning out to be a pretty good block over there on that right side. Averill at 6'7", Jennings at 6'4", but with great hops.
Fay puts it into the net. Hawaii leads 5-3 in the second set. Dustin Neary comes into the front row. Number 18, 6'6" senior. Serving is Harron. Kanataki. And that ball is hit over by Franciscovich. Franciscovich with the dump shot. Good pass by Kanataki.
Very crafty shot, and what a beautiful pass by Colby Kanataki off a tough serve.
Averill will go back to serve now for Hawaii. Big toss. Leaps in. That toss could have thrown him off, because it appears he had to leap at more than he wanted to.
Exactly. In jump serving, it's all about the toss, and if you don't get the right toss, you got to play catch-up to get to the ball.
Blau serving. Dug up by Fay. That ball is hit over by Zarkovich. And Zarkovich with another kill. Zarkovich now has 5 kills.
Nice set by Jennings. Ohio State taking a little bit too much cross court. I think they wanted to challenge Siki to find out if he could hit down the line.
Franciscovich serving. The ball is hit through an ill-formed double block that time by Dustin Neary. Neary from Moore Park Community College in Ventura, California. So he's matriculated a long way. To Ohio State. Scherzen serving. Dug up by Kanataki. That ball is hit over. And another great pass by Zarkovich.
Zarkovich only plays on the right side once, and he hits a lot of balls out of the back row. When he gets on that right side, he is as effective as any player in the gym. What a shot.
Hawaii leading by 3, 8-5. Zarkovich to serve again. That ball is hit and ricochets off the back row. Timeout, Ohio State. Hawaii beginning to blitz here. Biggest lead in this second set for Hawaii.
Find the perfect gift for every occasion at Big Island Candies. Visit them in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their entire collection and place your order today.
Zarkovich getting ready to serve again. It is 9-5 in favor of Hawaii in the second set. Puts it into the net.
You saw those numbers in that last graphic. Hawaii hitting 560, Ohio State 185. Yep. 560 is monstrous.
I know.
If you hit 350, you're having a pretty good night.
I think it should be investigated. And
Hawaii is citing out an 83% clip. 72 is a good night.
6-9. Franceschi serving. That ball is hit over by Sador, and it goes wide. So it's 9-7. Ohio State appears in the rearview mirror here. Franceschi to serve again. The ball dug up by Fay. Hit over by Sador. Franceschi pops it into the air. Henchey, that's blocked. And it goes out, and Hawaii will be credited with the point. Hawaii just stubborn at the line, just enough to confuse Henchey.
That last miss by Sador on his attack attempt was Hawaii's third error. That's how many errors they had all night on Saturday night against Stevens. Well, we knew that would happen, that Hawaii would commit more errors against the considerably better competition in this tournament.
Davis Holt to serve. Holt out of Maryknoll School here in Honolulu. Serves it into the net. Sometimes you go back there and they straighten things out and they wipe up the floor and they adjust the net and the referees talk to each other and you lose. You lose the target that you need. Johnson serving. Francescovich gives it to Zarkovic. And he appears again, flying up from the back row for the kill.
Seeking just comes running up. You see a lot of attention is being paid to Averill, the All-American. Everybody's jumping and committing on Taylor, which opens up the back row attack, or the back row quick. They call it the BIC.
Hawaii leading 11-8. Sador serving. Waiting for it is Blau. Goes outside to Henchey, and the double block is perfect. Francescovich and Averill.
These two are becoming quite the combination out there. They go up together, forehands across, forming a perfect Hawaii wall.
Sador to serve again. Excellent serve. Blau. That ball is hit over by Barron. Hawaii will return it. Sador. Here's Henchey, and Henchey didn't have enough on it. And the double block was there again. Francescovich. And also for Hawaii, Averill. So Hawaii leading now 13-8.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
Hawaii leading as we resume 13-8 in the second set. Hawaii winning the first set 25-19 over Ohio State. Sador serves again, tickles the tape. The ball is mishit by Aaron coming up from the back row, but it's able to go across and not really go out, but hit the floor.
Actually,
so Sador will have another one.
You know, I think it actually didn't even make it over the net. Looked like it went over. I think it actually came on his own side of the net.
That's what I was trying to say.
Oh,
here's Sador serving. The ball hit over by Johnson. Great diving dig in the back row that time. It comes up and the ball is hit out. Hit out that time by Blau. So it's now 15-8. Hawaii is simply outplaying Ohio State at this time. UH Athletics reaches out to you online each week with updates and promotions from its H-Mail e-newsletter. To register, visit hawaiiathletics.com and click on the H-Mail button. It's simple and it's free. So if you had to go back and give Hawaii a grade in this match so far, what would it be, Chris?
I would give them... I'd give them like a solid A- right now, I think. I mean, look at their numbers they're hitting. They're hitting 483, siding out at over 80%. That's crazy.
And you only give them an A-, huh?
Yeah, I leave them A- because they haven't dug as many balls they probably should have. Only 7 digs so far.
You're a tough grader.
Yeah.
But all your students have always told me that.
Yeah, listen to you. You were a tough grader too. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. And this way, we're going to watch Taylor Averill in the middle for Hawaii. Actually, that's Franciscovich is in the back. Taylor Averill is right here. He's going to go hard. He's going to go hard in the middle. Siki Zarkovich is right here. Going to watch how much attention is paid to Taylor Averill. He's going to draw. Zarkovich passing. Ohio State block goes up with Averill, leaving the court wide open for Zarkovich coming out of the back. Watch again as Averill draws the middle blocker. There he goes up. And here comes Zarkovich right on top. Hard for that middle blocker to bounce up and then bounce up again right away. Tough play to stop. Very tough play to stop. Probably the hardest play to stop in men's collegiate volleyball. So that back row quick.
Sador to serve for Hawaii. Hawaii leading almost comfortably, 15-8. Ozeka by Sherzin. Outside and hit over. That time by Henshey. And it is picked up by Faye. Passes to Averill, and that's all she wrote.
There's something else we don't see very often. You see running a play off of a dug ball. Credit Colby Tanatake for the dig. And how about Jennings Franciscovich having the nerve to set a back quick, which is a blind set behind him to Taylor Averill. Wow. Boy, showing some signs here of putting it together.
That's an ace by Sador. Hawaii really dominating in this second set. They lead 17-8. And they are on a 5-2 run. 7-0 run. I'm getting this. This is the latest thing electronically. 7-0 run. That ball is mishit. Mishit by Heron. So Peter Edwards will come in for Sherzin. Edwards will go into the back row. And continuing to serve is Sador.
We'll see if Sador serves Edwards and tests him out right away.
Nope. This time he'll go to Demikas. That ball was hit off the block that time, and it was a good hit by Heron.
Good pass by Gabriel Demikas that time, right on the money. So he can get the ball to Sean Heron in the middle, his third kill of the night.
18-9. Ohio State trying to attain double figures. Henshey serving. That ball hit over by Faye. Put it by Blau. Blau tried to go up with a single block, but it was very inadequate, and Faye took advantage of it.
Once again, these outside hitters, Faye and Zarkovich ought to be thanking and giving the game ball to Taylor Averill, who's merely drawing a crowd in the middle, leaving it wide open on the outside.
Kapono Faye serving. Henshey, Blau. That ball is put over by Pullman. Comes right back, and there is Averill. There's an example of how he can react to a ball because the way he twisted his body. He was able to get into the power situation.
It was a rare error from Averill. He doesn't make many. That one kind of just got away from him. His first error in 2 weekends.
That just went out, but I was impressed by the way he hit the ball. That ball goes out, and it's 20-10. Hawaii is doubled up on Ohio State. So Averill will now serve for Hawaii. Hawaii at the current time hitting .485. Chased down by Blau. That ball is blocked back. And this time, that ball has the power to go through what was forming to be a triple block by Davis Holt. And so you can credit Edwards. 22-11. Serving is Blau. Dug up by Kanitake. The ball hit over by Holt. And that goes out. So that is a point for Ohio State.
Another rare error for the Rainbow Warriors. Only their fourth of the night.
Blau serving again. The ball mishit by Holt.
Make that 5 errors. One of the things that Charlie Wade told me the other day that he wanted to see his team do was really cut down on the errors, both the serving errors and the attack errors.
Dug up by Fay, Franciscovich, and then Holt. That ball goes off the block. Good hit that time coming out of the back row. Let's take a look. Yep. And that time it was Henchy. Serving is Blau. White scrambling. That time Zarkovich hits it into the triple block. So Ohio State starting to move now and have a run of their own. They were down 20-10, and it is now 20-15. So they've been able to cut the Hawaii lead in half.
And that was a scrambling bump set. 3 Ohio State blockers right there waiting for Siki Zarkovich. See the net cam right here will show how they're penetrating over the net without touching the top of the net. They got their stomachs in the net. That doesn't count as a net violation. Only when you touch the top of the cable.
See, I find it funny that you can touch the bottom of the cable. I think it's been always that way. Even when they put up the first net, you can touch the bottom cable.
No.
That's true. You can touch the bottom cable, but you can't touch the top.
No.
You don't think so?
No. In the old days, you couldn't touch anything. Now they'll at least let you make plays in the bottom part of the net.
Let me tell you, Mr. Master Volleyballer, when I played, I touched the bottom of the net all the time because that's all I could do.
Did you ever call yourself on the net? Net violation?
No.
In the backyard?
No, you would never do that. No. Oh, somebody's birthday today.
Birthday girl.
Oh, in the blue.
In the blue. You know her?
Beth McLaughlin, former All-American.
65 today. Medicare, or no, not Medicare, but I don't know, Social Security?
Social Security.
Something like that.
She must have received the call. How do you want your pension?
That's right. You know the drill.
Oh, yes. And that's your son?
What?
Yes, he's sitting on the Hawaii bench for some reason.
He's been, he had shoulder surgery in August, and he was going to go back overseas and play for his 3rd year overseas. But he had shoulder surgery, and he's here for the whole year. And he went down to Charlie Wade and said, "Hey, Charlie, you need any help?" So he's been volunteer assistant coaching all fall.
That's pretty good. Ball goes into the net. That's a point for Hawaii. So the 5-point run has been snipped. Franciscovich serving. That ball is hit into the Hawaii block, and the Hawaii block was made up of Holt. So Holt was right there, making it 22-15. Hawaii closing in on the second set. Franciscovich serving. Back up by Henchy. They go outside, and that hit by Pullman goes off the Hawaii block and out. That's a point for Ohio State.
That might have been a noggin launch that time, right off of Davis Holt. That thing took off.
Serving will be Peter Edwards for Ohio State. 22, serving, rather 16, serving 22. Sador. Boy, Sador, it's like he found the on-ramp to the freeway because he showed up at just the right time and drilled it.
He normally hits on the right. Notice how he had his right foot already starting to make his approach even before Franciscovich had gotten the ball in his hands.
Zarkovich puts it into the net, point for Ohio State. And it's now 23-17 Hawaii. Serving for Ohio State will be Dustin Neary. The ball received by Fay. Gets it back from Franciscovich. That ball is blocked, trying to get it over, and they never do get it over. Everybody had seemed to have a chance at that ball, but they were flailing at the end. And by flailing, they failed. 24-17. Aloha ball for the second set. Serving for Hawaii will be Scott Hartley out of Encinitas, California.
He can hit into the 70s on his serve. We'll see if he does. Now he took something off now. Hit only 57.
Blau sets up Pullman. And that ball goes in.
Great swing by Pullman. Deep corner. It's a perfect spot to put it. No defenders there. Nice job by the 6'8" junior from Scottsdale, Arizona.
So Pullman just getting the start on the year. They held him out of a couple of games early. Serves it. That could have been an out ball. Fay launches it out. That becomes an ace and a point for Ohio State, and it's 24-19. Hawaii winning in the first set, 25-19. Pullman's got to put it perfectly in to the Hawaii defense. Ball comes to the net. Hit down. Was that in? Oh, they say no. It was out. So Averill, who had it all set up for him, hit it just long. 24-20. Ohio State trying to make a desperate run here in the second set. Serving again is Pullman. Back up by Franciscovic. The ball is hit by Averill, but it goes into the net. And now it's 24-21. And if Hawaii looks over their shoulder on this 4-point advantage or run by Ohio State, Hawaii's going to see the Buckeyes showing up. They're definitely in the neighborhood. Pullman serving again. Dug up by Fay. Ball comes near the net. And it was touched last by Franciscovic. So it's 24-22. Boy, it's changed in a hurry. Twice in this match. Hawaii was leading 20-10 in this particular set. Ohio State has come back and really ripped off a quick 5 points. Hawaii stifled that. Now they've come back and they've on another run, and it's 24-22. So they are right there. Good comeback by Ohio State.
Hawaii had them down 24-17, I think, and they just keep plugging away. Pete Hansen, again, I'm going to remind everybody that he left 2 All-Americans back in Columbus, Ohio. Andrew Lutz and Driss Goosen, who are very, very good players, leaves a huge hole in their offense. So they're still in scramble mode, trying to adjust for the loss of those 2 players.
Pete Hansen has been there for 31 years, able to win the national championship in 2011. Ohio State has been a force in the Midwest Intercollegiate Volleyball Association year after year. Let's go to Ryan Shuji. Ryan.
Well, there's not a whole lot of concern on the Hawaii sidelines. They're talking about what kind of play they're going to run coming out of this timeout. Look for Taylor Averill to actually be a decoy, and Hawaii looking to get this ball to Brooks Sador. We'll see what happens coming out of the timeout. Back to you guys.
Here, big serve for Matt Pullman. He's been the captain of this comeback. Pullman gets it in. They set up Sador. And Sador says, that's enough. It's over. And Hawaii leads 2-0. Sador again, finding that on-ramp to the freeway, showing up at just the right time. 25-22, the score. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match stats.
If you take a look at the kill percentages alone, 310 to 089. That tells the story right there why Hawaii won the first 2 sets. And how about the blocks at 8-2, Hawaii dominating at the net. Digs about even, aces even, and Hawaii just playing more efficiently than Ohio State right now. Ohio State struggling offensively, and passing-wise, Ohio State seems to be struggling. And Hawaii, on their side of that, being much more efficient, with the exception of the end of the second set where they got sloppy and hit a lot of balls out. Even Taylor Averill, their All-American, hitting balls into the net. He's hitting negative right now. I don't think we'll see much of that the rest of the year. And I'm sure he wants to redeem himself in the third set here. But all the numbers seem to go Hawaii's way. Hawaii, for those who just tuned in, hitting over 400 most of the first 2 sets. Pretty amazing numbers.
Which brings up the question now. If Hawaii had trouble with consistency, especially in the second set after seemingly being in control. Do you think that that is an acute problem, or is that one of those problems that's going to stick around all year?
That's a good question. I think that hopefully they'll take note of the fact that they went a little bit out of focus, got distracted. They've won so many points in a row. They got such big leads, and they sort of, just laid back a little bit. And I think that they'll learn their lesson by that. Ohio State came back on them twice in that second set when Hawaii should have really put them away. But again, Ohio State wasn't playing their best up until then. They started playing some good volleyball and got back into it. We'll see who makes adjustments here between sets 2 and 3.
Sador will start us off in the third set. The ball is dug up by Dominguez. Hit over the Hawaii block, but hit the antenna. The ball was hit by Pullman. Pullman didn't start, but all of a sudden he has become a consistent effort for Ohio State in this match. Sador to serve again. That ball's an ace. That one off Peter Edwards in the deep corner.
Peter Edwards, normally a pretty sharp passer. That time Sador just had that little cut on the ball, sort of dove away from Edwards at the last second. Sador from the Canadian national team pipeline.
Sador serving nil. That time Edwards gets it up, hits it, and right there was Averill. Another triple block by Hawaii. Ohio State will try it again, and it was Edwards.
What a set from Gabriel Dominguez, the libero. He took a ball and he was running toward the front left area, and he just jacks it back to the opposite player. All the Hawaii blockers got fooled. No block goes up, and Ohio State gets the kill.
Their first point here in the third set. There's Peter Edwards again. Off the tape, good pancake dig that time by Zarkovic. But the ball is mishit and goes out. Ball was mishit that time by Kanetake.
Take a look at this pancake dig right here. Zarkovic popped it up. Got his hand between the ball and the floor.
Peter Edwards continues to serve for Ohio State, tied at 2. Kanetake on the receive. The ball is hit over. That time by Fay. That'll be returned. And the ball hit on the tough angle by Henchey. And Averill at the block. Hawaii, that comes through the block, and right there is Kanetake. Down the middle comes Zarkovic and gets it in.
Wow, some pretty good defense going on here from Hawaii. Holding Kanetake right there with his left hand, pops it up, keeps it alive right up at the net, doesn't hit it over the net, and Zarkovic with a nice little smooth roll shot.
Fay with the soft serve. Hit by Henchey. Whistle blows. And that's going to be a violation on Hawaii.
Franciscovich got hung up, hit the top of the cable.
He did. Serving will be Neary. And we are tied at 3 in the third set. Neary, service error. The 11th service error for Ohio State. Hawaii has 10. Averill will serve. 4 serving 3. Third set. Back up by Henchey. Blau. That ball hit over by Polson. There's Sador. Ohio State scrambling. Blau gets it over. Franciscovich. Fay sets up Zarkovic. That's off the block. Dominguez is there with the save, but no help.
Nice tip by Sador. Here's nice pop-up by Ohio State. And at the end of the play here is Capono Fay with a nice set to the outside for Zarkovic. And Dominguez's dig is not found by anybody on his team. The ball's in the air a long time. I thought somebody was going to get it.
Averill serving 5, serving 3, and that ball hit down quickly by Harron.
Picks up his 4th kill. He's 2 behind Henshey. Henshey leads the way with 6 kills, but he's also got 6 errors to go along with it, hitting 0-0-0.
Coleman serving, received by Kanetake. Down the middle comes Fay. Excellent set, and Fay with a very well-timed hit.
So it's not just Zarkovich that's hitting out of the back row, this back row quick. It's Fay as well. They got 2 blockers up on him, but he found a way around them.
Franciscovich serving. That ball rat-a-tats around. And Hawaii unable to handle it. And that is the point for Ohio State. Ohio State talking it over. Aaron is there. Serving will be Henshey. Henshey with 6 kills. Kanetake has to go deep down to the level of the Terraflex, and he shanks it.
Excellent.
So we are tied at 6.
Excellent serve by Michael Henshey, their captain, their floor leader, their go-to guy. If you can ace Kanetake, you're serving pretty good. That time, Kanetake handles it well.
Franciscovich goes outside to Sador, and Sador finishes.
Rick Sador continuing to put up impressive numbers. His 7th kill.
Good reception by Kanetake.
Yep, and Sador hitting 500 now. Only 1 error all night long.
Here's Zarkovich serving. Hawaii serving, leading 7-6. That ball comes back over, a damage for Hawaii. Zarkovich just kind of pushes it over. Demekus is there. Blau goes outside. That ball hit over by Edwards. Ball is hit by Zarkovich. That'll be returned by Ohio State. Blau short set. That ball comes over in the back row is Zarkovich. Zarkovich again. And let's say they're going to give the point to Ohio State. That went off the top of the net that time. Didn't touch anybody. And we are tied at 7. We've had 1 lead change. And 3 times. Serving into the net is Harron. That's the 12th service error for Ohio State in this game. So Hawaii squeezes into the lead, 8-7. And serving will be Holt. Holt can't keep it in the court. And we're tied at 8.
Davis has really struggled with his serves tonight. He's had 1 low into the net and then 1 wide. Normally he's a pretty good server.
Christy Blau serving. Kanetake. Outside it goes Sador. Goes cross court. There's Blau. Neary. That ball is hit over by Pullman. Near the net. Overpass by Hawaii. And Ohio State takes advantage. And they forge into the lead. 9-8.
That ball just got away from Siki and Zarkovich. Pullman, nice swing in that overpass.
Serving will be Blau. Received by Kanetake. Franciscovich. Sador. Sador is blocked back. It's now 10-8. One thing that you notice here is the effort of Ohio State not to be swept. That's a big goal for them at this point in the match, and they have a 2-point lead. Serving is Blau. Back up by Kanetake. Franciscovich. Averill is blocked back. That time blocked back by Neary. Fay is blocked back. Ball comes over by Coleman. Kanetake. Franciscovich. And there, coming up from the back row is Zarkovich, and he hits it long. So it's 11-8 in favor of Ohio State, and Hawaii calls a timeout. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Levitt, Yamane, and Soldner against Stevens in the first match of the year. 3 hitting errors for Hawaii, and that came on Saturday. They were hitting .407. They have plummeted in this game, have they not?
Speaking 4 errors in this game alone.
Yes. And that's another error by Averill.
It's 5 errors. Hawaii now hitting negative. 4 kills, 5 errors. Whenever you do that, you're called what's hitting negative.
What is interesting, too, is that in the first match tonight, as Blau serves, dug up by Akovic to Benčiskovic, and then Sador hits it down the line. In the first match tonight, Penn State against Irvine. Penn State lost the first 2 sets, then came back to win the next 2 sets, losing it in the 5th, 15-7. Quite a match.
That's a great match.
And that's what Ohio State has to do. It's their only way out of this match. They are down 0-2. Sador will serve into the net. So Hawaii really starting to struggle now here in the 3rd.
I know for a fact that Charlie Wade really wanted to see his team be more consistent this year. Lisa Strand-Mauer talked about it in the opening segment, the pregame show, and I believe Ryan Suji might have mentioned it as well. Charlie Wade really wants his team to learn how to be consistent, minimize their errors, and be an efficient team.
Averill finally gets the set from Benčiskovic, and he puts it away with authority. Serving will be Faye, Kupono Faye, majoring in environmental and civil engineering. Ball is hit over by Henchey. That rat-a-tats around. And that will be a point for Ohio State. They lead 14-10. So Ohio State has forged a 4-point lead.
Surprise dig by Zarkovic. I think he was surprised to even get it. Just couldn't get it up high enough off the ground for anybody to really make a good play at it.
That ball is hit over and blocked back. So Zarkovic thought he had the lane. But right there was the block. 15-10, Ohio State. We'll take this time out. 15-10, Ohio State. The Buckeyes have come back to forge a 5-point lead. Franceschi will serve for Ohio State. Averill the other night had 13 kills. He hit .619. Right now he is hitting .091, minus .091. Sador is blocked. Solo block that time by Henchey.
Henchey, the captain, coming up with a big block. He struggled a little bit on his attacking tonight. He's only hitting out, like 100 or something, but he came up with his biggest block of the night right there to give his team a 16-10 lead.
Franceschi serving again, dug up by Kanetake, chased down by Benčiskovic. That ball is blocked back. Benčiskovic again in the air. The ball is hit over by Sador. That'll be returned. Blau, Henchey. Hawaii kicking it to keep it alive. It is still alive. Finally getting it over is Zarkovic. Benčiskovic. Ball hit over by Henchey. Kanetake is there. Sador, that was an out ball. They saved it. Ball comes over by Henchey. Waiting, Benčiskovic. And Averill is blocked, trying to get it through the double block. Ohio State is a different team. Who are these guys? When did the bus arrive?
And Hawaii is helping their cause as well by making self-inflicted errors.
17-10 in favor of Ohio State. Franceschi serves again. Kanetake. That ball is blocked back on the hit by Averill. Benčiskovic goes to Sador, and that knocks over Franceschi. That's a point for Hawaii. And they finally stop the leakage. 17-11 in favor of Ohio State. Big challenge for Hawaii here in the 3rd set. They dominated very well in the first 2 sets, but not now. Averill serves, and he serves. I think that was a home run.
Should he touch them all?
He can touch them all.
Okay, I'm just checking.
He can touch them all. That ball was out of here in a hurry. 18-11. So all of a sudden, something mentally has happened to this team. Serving is Coleman. Benčiskovic. The ball is over by Zarkovic. That'll be returned. Blau. And hitting the ball over is Herron. Hawaii trying to return. And Zarkovic Gets it off the back row, hitting that ball off Edwards. Point for Hawaii, and it's 18-12.
Siki picks up his 11th kill, but he's got 6 errors to go along with that. It's something he's got to clean up is unforced errors.
Franciskovic serving. Henchey steers it around the double block by Sador and Holt gets it in.
And Henchey struggled early. Now he's coming on.
19-12, Ohio State. Henchey to serve. Hawaii reeling right now. Henchey serves it. Dug up by Kanatake, chased down by Franciskovic. They go to Zarkovic, and Zarkovic is able to get it. Could have been an out ball, but Henchey was in the back row, showed up in a hurry, went for it. That was his mistake. 19-13. Still, Ohio State dominating here in the third. Serving will be Zarkovic. Zarkovic gets it in. Henchey, Blau. The ball is hit over by Herron, and that's off the block. So it is 20-13. Ohio State leading Hawaii here in the second, rather in the third, I should say. Hawaii winning the first two. 25-19, 25-22. But here, it's Ohio State in control. Serving is Sherzan. That ball is hit right into the double block by Fay. And it appears that Ohio State has stolen the Hawaii game plan. I mean, they're just up and waiting. Everything Hawaii does, Ohio State has an answer.
Yeah, their blocking has really improved over the last set and a half. It's gotten them into the last part of the second set and all of this set. They're starting to figure out Hawaii's tendencies. And if a bad pass for Hawaii comes up, they seem to know where Jennings Franciskovic is going to set the ball. So it makes it real tough on the hitters. So if Hawaii cleans up their passing a little bit and are able to run the middle, I think they'll have some more success on the antenna.
And you have to credit not only the players but the brain trust of Ohio State, led by Pete Hansen.
Pete Hansen, Sean Byron.
Fujitsu, the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match.
Hawaii could use more cool plays like this. Watch this. Ohio State attack. Watch. Colby Kanatake pops his glove, knocks him over, keeps the ball in play. Hawaii runs a play out of it. Zarkovic runs out of the back row. Here's the dig. Here's the set from Jennings, and then Zarkovic just buries it with no block up. That's a cool play, don't you think?
That's the cool play of the match for Hawaii. But that has been ancient history now, especially when you consider how they played here in the third set. It's 21-13 Ohio State. And Ohio State seems right now invincible.
Hawaii still hitting 0 in this third set. As many kills as they have errors.
Sherzan will serve. It works. Went off the tape and in. Ohio State can do no wrong.
This is a great serve by Sherzan because he's been quiet for a while, hasn't played much. He got subbed out. Now he's going to come in and he's got to come in cold and have to serve a tough serve. He ripped that one.
Sherzan to serve. Alex Jones, has come in now for Hawaii. The ball goes into the net. Coming in for Hawaii now, Scott Hartley. Hartley will go back to serve. $14 serving 22 here in the third. The ball dug up. And nobody there to really help out. That ball went over the head of Neary after the reception that time by Hensley. 22-16. Hartley will serve again for Hawaii. Hawaii has just been blitzed in this third set. Hartley puts it into the net. Not good. Hawaii has 13 service errors. And Ohio State also with 13 service errors. Serving is blocked. Jones goes outside. Sador. There's Blau. And the ball pushed wide that time by Pullman.
Pullman had the right idea of trying to rub the ball off Kapono Faye's hand, but the last second Faye pulled his hand down, and Pullman couldn't get away with his trick.
23-16.
Get him out. Hold tight.
Sador. That's received by Edwards. The ball is hit back, and a good save by Sador. Jones. Sador again. That's blocked back. Jones, short set for Averill. That will be returned. Waiting for it is Blau. Hensley. Ball comes over. Sador chases it down. Jones gets it across. Advantage now, Ohio State. And they will go to Pullman. Pullman hits it down the line and gets it just into the corner. 24-16. Ohio State 1 point away from taking this third set. And they've accomplished the goal that they set out here in set number 3. They did not want to be swept. Edwards serving. Jones outside. Hit by Faye. Faye goes cross court. And that was delivered with accuracy and purpose. Kapono Faye will go back to serve. 24-17. Hawaii has to play perfect volleyball for a long period of time. And that's it. Ball is hit down by Neary. And the third set will come to an end. In the match, Hawaii leads 2 sets to 1. 25-17 Ohio State. Question marks have all of a sudden become a reality for the home team. Let's take a look at these blocks we were discussing. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ohio State's got 6 blocks in the night. And guess what? They got 4 of the blocks in the third set. And as you said, Jim, earlier, they just seemed to know where Hawaii was going to be setting the ball every time. They get 2 or 3 guys there every time, and they'd be well-formed and penetrating over the net. Pete Hansen and his crew have done a nice job of scouting Hawaii as the match has gone along.
You can see the determination on the face of Zarkovic. He knows that things have gone drastically wrong in that third set. Hawaii had the momentum. Now the momentum is to the team in red. So Hawaii has to figure out to get their game back because somebody stole it.
There's the leader right there, Taylor Averill, and you look at his numbers, 3 kills, 5 errors, and 14 tries, -143. In order for Hawaii, I think, to be successful in this set, Taylor Averill's going to have to get into positive numbers at least.
Blau getting ready to serve for Ohio State here in the 4th set. Taki is coming for Holt. In the back row is the libero. Let's see if they serve him. I mean, I think he's been served to 21 times in this match. And they do. Big hit. And that ball over by Sador. Good receive that time by Kanezaki.
You're right, Jim. It makes everything. Get that good pass up there, can run a play. He sent it to a guy like Sador who did not like losing it last set. He was angry. You saw how much ferocity he hit that ball with.
Serving will be Sador. The ball is dug up by Edwards. Edwards again. Edwards hit the antenna, or who hit the antenna? Could have been the block.
Block and then in the antenna.
So we are tied at 1.
Edwards, the transfer from the University of Pacific, has been a serving sub mostly in the first 3 matches for Ohio State. Now he's turned out to be quite the role player hitting on the outside.
Edwards serves it, and it is an ace. Just inside the line. And the magic continues now for Ohio State. They win this set, we go to game 5.
That was a 62-mile-an-hour heater right there by Edwards.
Edwards will serve again. Kanataki. Franciskovic. And that ball is hit over by Fay.
Boy, there was 3 great scramble plays there. The first pass by Kanataki, then the scrambling bump set by Jennings, and then the footwork by Kapono Fay to get there in time.
Serving is Fay. The ball comes back. That's off the block with it. Now they say, wait a minute, it's going to be back row attack. It's a violation. So the point will go to Hawaii, and serving will be Kapono Fay. That sailed on him. Came over the net pretty well, and then all of a sudden it gained altitude and went out.
This arena does have some movement in it, some air movement.
It does.
You never know when it's going to show up.
Dustin Neary will serve. We are tied at 3 in the 3rd set. Hawaii leading 2-1. Franciskovic. Zarkovic. Point. Hawaii leads 4-3. Going back to serve now is Averill. Now for Hawaii, they've got the goal of rededicating themselves here in this 4th set. It is very imperative. Otherwise, they'll be right back against the wall. Averill, oh, terrific. A terrific serve that came over the net and died.
You know what's good about Averill is if he doesn't get the job done in the front row, he's not hitting that well. He's hitting negative right now. He'll get the job done in the back row by doing things like that.
Hawaii leads 5-3. Averill to serve again. Big toss. Gets it off the tape. Waiting for it is Blau. And that ball is put down by Heron.
What a connection between Blau and Heron there. Heron at 6'9", a big target. Picks up his 6th kill. That was a great set by Blau, too. Just fired it right to him.
Pullman serving for Ohio State. 4 serving 5. Over the tape. Franciskovic gives it to, gives that one. We're trying to get the right call here. Timeout has been called, and here goes the 2nd challenge.
They're looking for a touch on the block. I heard the touch over here. I thought it was definitely a touch. And Pete Hansen's told that that is not one of the ways you can dispute. Here, they hit the ball hit out, and looks like there wasn't a touch. That would have been a challenge that I think Pete Hansen would have won.
I wonder how come they wouldn't let him have the challenge. These new rules. Hawaii now leading 6-5. Serving will be Henchy. And that's an ace. That went off Fay.
I think that touches are not allowed to be looked at because they're so hard to detect. I'm not sure you can slow the camera down enough to pick up all the touches. So that's not in the rules to challenge that.
Henchy serving again. Zarkovic, Franciskovic, and the ball is hit by Zabor, and that's out. Or is it? No, it went off the block. There was the touch. So Hawaii holding on 7-6 here in the 3rd set. They win this 3rd set, they win the match. Zarkovic. Chased down by Blau. Ball is hit by Edwards and blocked by Holt.
Davis Holt coming alive. He's been in on 5 blocks tonight. He's had 1 solo and 4 assists. Oh, he got a lot of that ball there, didn't he?
6'9", senior. Oh, yes, he did. Hawaii leads by 2. Serving again, Zarkovic. Gets it in. That ball dug up by Demikas. That ball hit over by Neary. That ball is contributed to on the far side by Sador. Hawaii now with the advantage. Zarkovic. Sador, that's right block back. What a save by Kanataki. That ball comes over by Zarkovic. And not unable to handle it is Blau. Timeout, Ohio State.
What a dig by Kanataki. Maybe the play of the night right there.
Hawaii leading 9-6 in the 3rd set. They lead in this match 2-1. Ohio State trying to take it to game 5. The only way they can win this match. Serving will be Zarkovic. Takes something off. Demikas is there. Ball hit by Henchey, but Henchey really didn't get it over.
Zarkovic got lucky there. His little float serve, their little spinner did not work. It didn't come down fast enough in time inside the 3-meter line. Ohio State got a perfect pass and should have ripped it from the back row, and set was a little bit off.
Zarkovic serving again, puts the speed on. Right there is Edwards. Wow. Edwards, big block by Holt.
Well, Davis Holt getting it going. He has not been a force on offense, but defensively, he has been a beast at the net. Been in on 6 blocks now.
5-point run now for Hawaii here in this set. Serving again is Zarkovic. Took too much off that time. Tried to baby it. Tried to get a little cute with it.
You know what,
it backfired.
It's a very important shot to have in your repertoire, because if you just serve heat all the time, the receivers will stand there in the passing zone and pop it right up. If you mix it deep and then short, and much more effective.
Franceschi serving into the net. Point for Hawaii. It's now 12-7. So Demikas comes back in to the back row for Ohio State. Serving is Holt. Gets it overpass. The ball is put down. Put down by Fay. Ohio State calls another timeout. It is 13-7, and things are starting to get away from the Buckeyes here in the 4th set. Welcome back, everybody, to the Outrigger Invitational Volleyball Tournament at the Stan Sheriff Center. Good to be back in the Stanley.
Those look like Kanataki clan. What do you think? With number 6.
Yes, I think so. The entire clan.
Davis Holt, 2nd time in a row, he forces a bad pass.
That ball is hit long.
Well, Davis Holt struggled the entire match so far with his serve. Now he comes in and serves one easy one, really easy one, gets an overpass. Then he serves that last one, forces up a 3-meter line pass, and Hawaii gets another point.
And Pete Hansen goes in and yanks Peter Edwards and replaces him with Scherzen. That ball comes over the net. Boy, it spent some time. Scherzen hits it. Hawaii now trying to respond. Ball goes, and hitting the ball over is Sador. There's Demikas. That's into the net. Hawaii unable to do anything with that one. And you can credit Pullman. 14-8. Hawaii leading by 6. Ohio State desperately trying to catch up here. Blau serving. Dug up by Kanataki. That ball is hit by Sador off the block, and they say, wait. No, it is a point for Hawaii. Net violation for Ohio State. 15-8.
I'll tell you what happened there, Jim, is that once again, Hawaii is passing better, and so they have a middle attack running. And so Ohio State is starting to commit their middle blockers. When they commit their middle blockers to a middle attack, it leaves the pin hitters wide open. Sador just chomping at the bit out there on the right side, loving to see a one-man block. Now Ohio State is hitting 0-0-0 in the fourth set. Hawaii hitting 750. The reverse of what happened in the third set.
Amazing.
Go figure.
It's amazing. So Hawaii trying to up their game, and so far they have. They lead it 15-8. They lead by 7. Most people will consider looking at the scoring. That right now is a controlling lead, 7 points. But Ohio State has been able to make runs. They did it in the second set. They did it twice. Made the second set close, 25-22 in favor of Hawaii. And then in the third set, they just dominated, winning 25-17 over the home team. Now Hawaii leads 15-8 over Ohio State.
You see Brooksador taking a seat, waiting for the clock to run out until he can serve. Loving to listen to that UH band, tapping his foot, getting in the rhythm.
You know, not enough is said about the UH band. Not enough is said about those music students that come here and play. And they do it for every event.
I'll tell you, they did a great job in traveling to Seattle. Somebody came up with some money for them to go to Seattle for the women's NCAAs, and they were marvelous.
Sador to serve. 15 serving 8, serves it into the net. Too long a break. So it's 15-9. Edwards, who was yanked moments ago, is inserted back into the lineup for Scherzen, and Scherzen does not appear happy. Edwards trying to line drive it here. Puts it into the net, not good. So it is 16-9. Kay will go back to serve for Hawaii. Hawaii wins this set, remember, they win this match. Kay gets it over, soft serve. That ball is hit down big time by Miri. And it's 16-10 in favor of Hawaii.
And Miri, pretty good percentage player, hitting over 400 on the year.
Miri will serve. Soft serve for Miri. Franciskovic. Ball is hit by Zarkovic off the block and out. That's a point for Hawaii. And it's now 17-10 in favor of the home team. Averill will go back. Averill had 13 kills in the first game. Averill tonight has only 3, and he has not scored in this set. Puts it into the net. He's having a tough night. He's just having a tough night. 17-11.
Last week's MPSF Player of the Week.
Coleman to serve. Received by Fay. Franciskovic, Zarkovic. Good play that time by Hawaii.
Siki showing why he is a Serbian youth national team player and junior national team player from 08-12.
Serving is Franciskovic. Amikis goes to Henchy, and Henchy is able to squeeze it through the block. Point for Ohio State. It is now 18-12, and going back is Henchy.
Henchy led the way against Cal Baptist the other night. Ohio State stopped and played them. 21 kills at 359.
Henchy serves. Fay. Franciskovic, the ball is put over left-handed, that time by Sador. Ball comes over, dug up in the back row. Franciskovic. Sador gets it over. Looking for the advantage is Ohio State, and they get it. Coming out of the back row is Henchy. So it's 18-13. If Ohio State is going to make a move here in this fourth set, they've got to begin to do it now. Henchy. Zarkovic. Franciskovic. Zarkovic is blocked. And he's blocked by Aaron. So 18-14. 7-point lead has diminished to 4. Timeout has been called by Hawaii. They can see the momentum start to change. Charlie Wade knows that. He is in his 6th year. He knows about swings in volleyball and little things that happen that maybe the paying patrons don't see right away. He's already seen, and he's trying to take methods to correct it.
Well, you know, we saw in the second set when Hawaii had big runs, had big leads, 20-15, I believe, and then 22-17, and Ohio State just kept coming back, and Hawaii had to keep fending them off. So obviously Hawaii's struggling a little bit with closing the deal. And I'm sure Charlie's talking to them a little bit about that right now.
Hawaii against Ohio State. They've met each other in this tournament numerous times. Hawaii has held sway. They've been able to win more matches. Men's volleyball is a different kind of sport because there is communication through the net. There is communication after the match, before the match. And volleyball is the kind of sport that you play all your life, so you see the same players everywhere you go.
Yeah. And Hawaii's going to see Irvine on Sunday, and they'll see him again later on in the season up at UC Irvine.
There's Auntie Loretta. She's an amazing lady. Those two, I mean, they're going to make statues of them because of their patronage, that's for sure. Here's Henchey. Henchey with 11 kills, hitting 174. He will serve. 14 serving 18. Diving dig by Kanetake. Cross court. There's Zarkovich. That ball hit over by Edwards. Franciscovich. And miss-hitting the ball is Zador. And it is now 18-15. Ohio State playing well again. Hawaii had a 7-point lead. That is now only 3.
It all started with Henshey's terrific serve. Let's see if he can put up another heater right here, something in the 60s.
That's an ace. Now they trail by 2. Ohio State just will not go away. Hawaii led 2 sets to none. Since that time, it has been a very bumpy road. Henchey again. That could have been an out ball. Zarkovich kind of patty-caked it up there, and it was patty-caked back by Edwards and out.
It wasn't the set that he wanted, so he just sort of patty-caked it into the net, into the block on purpose, knowing that it's either going to go out like it did, or it's going to come back softly, and they can make another better play.
Hawaii leading 19-16. Zarkovich. The ball is saved. And then Edwards hits it down the line. That's saved by Franciscovich. Zarkovich gets it over. That ball is hit into the net by Henchey. Henchey came up from the back row with all the intention of just ripping it. But it went right into the net. It only went about a foot.
Looked like a pretty easy free ball, and I did think Henchey was going to bury that.
20-16. Serving Zarkovich. And that is an ace. That is an ace. And that one was important. 21-16.
Siki saving his best for last, ripping that down the line. Very difficult ball to pass.
Zarkovich dribbling, eyeing. Big serve, too long. So much adrenaline. Now it's 21-17.
Now it's in the high 60s. 68 miles an hour was that serve.
Here's Heron. Heron wants to go on a run here. 17 serving 21. Gets it in. That ball dug up. And the ball comes back over, that time by Franciscovich. That ball is hit in. Hawaii thought it was out. They let it go, much to their chagrin. It's now 21-18. Let's take a look.
and see if Charlie Wade is going to. That ball looks good. Good call.
No challenge. Serving again is Heron. That's out. 22-18. Hawaii starting to close in on the match. Hartley will come in for Hawaii. Scott Hartley.
3:24.
He comes in for Davis Holt. Hartley will go back to serve for Hawaii.
Nobody serves it harder than Scott Hartley. Henrik Moe was the other one who can hit 70 miles an hour.
It's in. The ball hit over. A very good pass and an excellent play by Blau to set it up. Then the big hit by Neary. 22-19.
Blau, former high school All-American.
Averill comes back into the front row for Hawaii, along with Zador, along with Franciscovich. That ball is hit out. Kay was diving, but I said, what is he doing? That ball was way out. He didn't touch it, though. 23-19, Hawaii 2 points away from taking this match against Ohio State. It's been a battle. Zador. Serves. Demikas to Blau, and that ball hit over again by Neary. 23-20. Serving will be Edwards. Edwards gets it in. Dug up by Zarkovich. Ball is hit over by Averill and blocked back. And it's 23-21.
Ohio State just seems to know where Taylor Averill's going to hit the ball. He's been blocked time and again tonight. That one there, I think that's at least the third time he's been blocked. Averill, 3 kills now, 6 errors, hitting -200. Very un-Averill-like numbers.
I mean, he came from the accolades of the first week against Edwards. And he lost. I mean, he was really terrific in the game. Not Edwards, but Steven. And he was just, I looked at him and I said, this is a superstar.
Yeah.
And then Ohio State comes in here and they start to say, well, he has this tendency and that tendency, and they have really shut him down tonight.
Well, these coaches watch a lot of film. They study the opponent a lot. They make good adjustments between sets 2 and 3. And they know that if they pay a lot of attention to Taylor Averill, good things will happen. They want the other players to beat them. They don't want Taylor Averill to beat them. He showed what he could do last Saturday, and he was an All-American last year. He's going to get a lot of attention.
So Hawaii continues to lead. They lead by 2. Ohio State will serve, and it will be Edwards. Edwards has played well. He's struggled at times, but other times he's been semi-brilliant. So he knows he has to get this serve in just to have a chance here. Big serve for Edwards. It's in. There, Averill hit it.
I had a feeling Franciscovich was going to go back to Averill, get him back involved in the game, and not finish the night on a block ball.
Serving will be Fay. Fay, very soft serve. Big hit. And that's off the block that went off Averill.
Good swing by Michael Henchy.
Henchy, yes.
The captain, the go-to guy, the 6'7" senior.
24-22. This is a big serve for Neary. It's soft. Hawaii with an advantage. Big hit off the block. Great save by Edwards. Comes back to Henchey. Pushes it over. There's Sador, Franciskovic, and Zarkovic puts it right into the triple block. And we have seen that before in this match.
Excellent block by Ohio State. Boy, in a scramble mode there. 3 big blockers up front for Ohio State. Give them all the credit.
24-23. Neary serves again. Zarkovic blocked. The block goes out. Hawaii wins. Boy, it came down to a razor's edge in that fourth. And at the end, Hawaii is able to, shall we say, escape, because that's exactly what they did.
It wasn't pretty.
No.
I think the coaches would be the first ones to admit that they got away with one there. Ohio State served out 17 times. Hawaii served out 19 times. So from behind the line there, not very consistent volleyball. Hawaii had 10 blocks. Ohio State with 10 blocks as well.
Zarkovic with 19 kills. He hit 306. Sador with 12 kills. He hit 267. Gabriel ends up with 4 kills, minus 125. So it's an interesting, this tournament is always interesting. This tournament always has great moments. This tournament can make you scratch your head. This tournament can make you walk out exhilarated. And that's what volleyball, especially men's volleyball, the way they play it, is. That's the DNA of this sport. You don't really know. Don't really know.
It's not going to get any easier tomorrow night against Penn State, I'll tell you that.
Scott Robbs is with Coach Charles.
Hey, thanks a lot, Coach. It looked like an early season match. There were a lot of good things, some bad things as well, but the bottom line is you got the W.
Yeah, we were really good early on, about a set and a half there where, again, we only had, 3 hitting errors for almost 2 sets, and then got a little sideways, Jennings done a really nice job improving, but he got a little sideways there on us. But, we held it together and came out with a win, so pretty happy about that, and a really good Ohio State team.
And he came away with a win really without a Taylor Averill that we saw on Saturday, and we know what he's capable of. He was very average tonight.
Yeah, and they were fully fronting, committing on him the entire time. That's something, and our pins were good early. Teams are going to do that. They know how good he is. They're going to commit, double commit, and try to take him out. So, we're happy to get the win and look forward to playing Penn State tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the Nittany Lions. They were still wiping the sleep out of their eyes tonight because I heard it took them like 42 hours to get here. They're going to be well rested. They're going to be ready to go tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's always a good match. I think with Pav and I most of them have gone 5, so, we're looking forward to it. Great program, great coach, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
All right, Jim, back over to you guys.
Time now for the Bank of Hawaii Players of the Match. Michael Henchey had 13, and Sinisa Zarkovic had 20 kills, hit 324. Those were the players of the match. Exactly, the coach summed it up. The way the team played well early, the way the team was threatened in set number 3, set number 4. But Hawaii survives, and now looming on the horizon is Penn State, who lost in 5 to UC Irvine.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting match tomorrow. Definitely a step up from tonight, I think. Penn State did play a little sleepy-eyed the first 2 sets tonight, came back to play a marvelous 3rd and 4th sets, and then Irvine just turned it on in the 5th set. So I look for, and Penn State's ranked 3rd in the country according to the coaches poll, so it'll be interesting to see if how Hawaii can match up against the 3rd ranked team in the country. We'll see.
Coach comes over here, he wants to challenge us. Anyway, Hawaii wins it. Do you like this challenge thing? I mean, just quickly.
Yeah, they just used it once tonight, and Pete Hansen tried to use it twice, but yeah, I think it's okay. It's being used a lot internationally these days, and so I think Charlie Wade is trying to bring in, the speed gun in to make things a little more modern. The net cam and the challenge thing. It just adds a little spice to the whole night. I like it.
Well, great working with you again. I mean, we started in Clum and now we're here in the Stanley. We've had some great moments, and we'll have one more tomorrow. I'll take the place of Kanoa. He'll come back for the final match of this tournament. But good working
with you. No,
good working with you again.
31 years ago, my friend.
Yeah.
How about that?
Long time. Let's go now to the post-game report.